Yeah. Cup cousins and flag and all that. And the driving range, all machine and all, they sold it off.
For a gentleman back there,
It's Section 8 now.
he has an attorney.
That's what's
The
there.
attorney's a witness. He
To
can't present
destroy that,
for this.
you know,
So
you're gonna read in the year 2525, the United States destroyed
Good afternoon.
by a tear, not by a war, but by people crying.
Good afternoon. This is a code enforcement hearing for the City of North Miami. Today May 1st? May 1st, 2019, and I am Beatrice Kezel, Special Magistrate for the city. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists or existed at your property as observed and cited by a code enforcement officer of the city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I will dismiss the case and you may leave. These proceedings are being recorded, therefore all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when I call your case. We have a translator who will assist you during the proceedings. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, or any witness that you may have should come forward to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say aloud your name, your business or mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you are not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you must present a notarized power of attorney affidavit in order for your testimony to be taken on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you will be asked for the record if you are aware of and understand the violation that is being heard today. And do you understand what is required to resolve the violation? Please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first, and then the property owner and or violator will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I will issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation of city codes exists or it existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I will set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved. Or for repeat violations, I will impose a daily fine amount. For new, non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation, and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a future hearing date should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement action at this time, I will table this case proceeding to another hearing date in the future. If you do not agree with my finding of fact and or ruling, then the property owner may appeal the administrative order on the case to the circuit court. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order to be appealed. In accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by the special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim record of the proceeding. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cost of obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant, and it is recommended that persons who plan to appeal their case should provide their own court reporter at this proceedings. Pursuant to city codes, if the city of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before the special magistrate, the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment amount is $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge additional administrative fees to record and release the lien. If you are present and will be given testimony on a case, please stand and raise your right hand so the officer can administer the oath.
If you're gonna be speaking up here on a case, please stand up to be sworn in. If you're gonna be speaking on a case, stand up, raise your right hand. Su papá y non cabe, como. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say aloud, I do.
I do.
Everyone, please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Take the flag and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Translators.
All that believe.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the translations which you're about to give in these proceedings will be accurate and correct to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability? I do. I do. Thank you.
Please announce for the record if there are any additions, deletions, or any amendments to the agenda.
Item number 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 for AHDS Ocean King, MHVIO 2019-00105, 106, 107, 108, and 109 have been postponed to December. Item number 8, CESRR 2019-00026, and G's Investments has been complied. Item 22, Fred Toussaint, case number CENBR 2019-00017 is complied. Item 23, CESTA 2019-00001 has been complied. Item number 33, CEGMP 2019-00039 is complied. Item 38, CEROS 2018-00002 is postponed to June. Item 48, CEEXP 2019-00071 is postponed to July. Item 52, CEPFY 2019-00085 is complied, and those are the amendments to the agenda.
For ready, call the first case.
The first case is item 27, Grupo TFJ Properties at CELDR 2016-00001. Shanna Sanders is the officer. Item number 27.
Good afternoon. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
My name is Kevin Burns. My relationship, I'm the registered agent for the Fiat dealership. You want me to do it, or, okay, I'll see. Your Honor, we're here tonight. The city attorney's office and our company have been working for quite a long time. And the assistant city attorney will also concur with the recommendations to postpone this to October 2nd. And the city's not asking for any fines to be running at this time, since there is pending litigation, pending language going before the Planning Commission and the City Council, which the city attorney's office has established and has been for the last year trying to resolve this. But there's constantly something on the agendas that has made it difficult for the staff to put it forward, but we're sure that we're going to move forward and get this item corrected to change the ordinances that are causing this temporary violation.
Shayla Vasquez, Assistant City Attorney. That's correct, Judge. We are asking to have it move for October 2nd. We do see that you had an abatement date of 3/27. There was a fine of $500. We're asking that you do not ratify that and that doesn't proceed. We are working together to have the ordinance changed. So we're in concurrent with that.
All right. Based on the agreement of the parties, we will postpone this matter until October 20th. Did we say 20?
October 2nd.
October 2nd, sorry. Until October 2nd, 2019. And as you guys continue to hopefully get a resolution. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The next items on the agenda is 25 and 26 Galinsky. Jose Perez is the officer. Case number CESTA 2019-00003 and case number CESTR 2019-00004.
Okay. Yes.
Which one are we hearing first?
CESTA.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Are you represented by counsel?
I am representing myself.
Oh, I thought Mr. was part of
Mr.
the case.
Mr. Wallen is actually a witness in this.
Oh,
case.
you're a witness, really?
Respectfully, nice to see you,
Likewise.
all of you. I cannot be both a witness.
Absolutely. I
attorney.
wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. Okay, so
And-
you are actually the witness of.
I'm
for-
sorry.
You
I'm-
are the witness for the owner
Yeah,
today.
I'm just a witness.
Okay.
But before we go farther, the packet that that Mr. Gotlinski is going to deliver to you, and I'm happy to furnish a copy, contains the docket and the complaint pending in the circuit court. And one of the items into evidence which is attached to the complaint, Exhibit B, is a letter from the Office of the City Attorney addressed to me, authored by a very fine gentleman named Jeff Cazot. And here's a copy. You may decide that it is inappropriate to proceed at this particular time.
Judge, I am going to object as to this, as to Your Honor even reviewing this. We're here for two cases that occurred recently that have nothing to do with the background as to this paperwork. If Your Honor is going to accept it, I'd like them to try to get it into evidence, but I'm gonna be objecting as to relevance, as it has nothing to do with the current two cases that we're here for specifically today.
Okay, and I think that was counsel trying to get me recused from
Ma-
hearing those
I w-
two cases?
I
or-
am not counsel.
Oh, I keep-
But I will respectfully suggest that if you review the document I have tendered, that you may desire to recuse yourself.
Would you like to? And for the record,
right,
Judge,
there's
this
a lot
is
of
not
documents here.
relating to the current
Okay,
cases that we're here
so
for.
how is the letter from the city attorney relevant in
All
this
right.
matter here? If these are two new cases, these are new cases?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay,
So if I may, and I apologize, because I don't want to be his attorney, and I'm not going to,
okay.
but I'm going to try and help you shed light if y'all don't object.
I am objecting,
Okay,
Judge.
then I'm
He's a
going to let
witness, but he's
Mr.
also,
Gotlinski-
he also can't be an attorney, so he needs to decide.
Please
what-
explain to the
he's going to
judge
be.
why it might not be proper for
he
her to sit in
providing-
judgment of an issue that
Objection.
Mr. Cuzzo
Is he providing advisement to his client, or
I
is he a
can
witness?
I can talk to him, but I'll be quiet.
He's a witness, Judge. He's under oath.
Correct. All right, so, the city objects to me even reviewing these documents because they're not,
They're not
Um,
related to the case at hand. Correct.
all right.
And for the record, counsel is whispering in, I don't know, counsel's ear. I don't know who counsel is in this case, but we need to make that clear.
All right, this one is here for short-term rental, correct? These two
Yes.
cases are here for short-term rental.
Yes, correct.
Well, just one second. Mr. Mayor? How are you? Hello?
We have two deans of medical school of FIU, Dr. Saxty, and also Dean Dr. Henry Ford from the University of Miami.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. Welcome to our courtroom. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. All right, so How do we proceed? Sir,
May-
how
may
does
I-
this relate back to whatever, because I see there's, I'm just gonna say a letter dated in 2016, correct?
Right.
So these are two new cases, from my understanding. Are these recent cases, officer?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you can tell me briefly, because I need to make a decision here. I'm going to make a decision whether or not to proceed. I'm going to make a decision whether or not this case needs to be heard by a different special magistrate at a different time. I'm trying to see how these two matters relate to each other. So if you can tell me briefly how these two new cases relate back to a letter that was sent to Mr. Frank Rowland, who's not here in his capacity as your attorney, but as a witness, how these two matters relate to each other.
Yes, well, first, let me introduce myself. I'm David Gotlinski. The house, his address is at 2100 Northeast 121 Road. We are, the reason is we're asking for a continuance is that I need time to get a lawyer. I also, Mr. Wallen cannot represent me. The issues here at hand are complex. The subject of a court case in circuit court, which is I think what was provided to you, case number 2016-018015, is pending, and it is appropriate to wait till the case is determined. City's code enforcement action is an end run around the circuit court, so the case should be continued or hearing stayed till circuit court decides.
So there is a pending case in circuit court
Yes, ma'am.
involving
Licensure.
same facts, licensure for short-term rentals?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
My home was grandfathered in, and it was licensed for over 7 months. And then the license was abruptly taken away without due process.
We're gonna object to that. Obviously, the city does not agree to that.
Okay. And so if I understand it, I'm supposed to recuse myself each time that the city attorney sends a letter to council on any issues, on any matters?
Forgive me because I'm not familiar with the legal terms, but what I see is that there's an open case in a higher court to help determine the outcome of this, and I believe that the facts that I was licensed for a long period of time, the appeal process that the city had to make had expired, nobody appealed, I was licensed, and abruptly the license was taken away with no warning, no remedies, and there has never been, in any of the letters from any of the city officials, the city attorneys, there's never been an argument that my documentation doesn't meet criteria. It's the reason for denial was procedural. They're saying the wrong person licensed me. The code enforcement administrator signed the letter, and according to the city attorney, the city manager was supposed to do that, but we found no. There is some legal basis for that, but we have arguments as well of other ordinances within the city that state that a city official can delegate his authority, and that's exactly what he did. And he delegated it, and Mr. Wallen, who will testify, followed the instructions of the city manager and went to the other city official, which to me it makes more sense that the code enforcement administrator would be the one regulating this versus a city manager who has a broad spectrum of responsibilities. So the authority was delegated, and there's an actual ordinance that says that is the
Objection, Judge. I'm gonna ask you to strike all of this argument. This is an improper venue to be able to have this conversation, especially if the case is in litigation in open circuit court. This is an argument that needs to be made there, and it's improper for it to be in front of Your Honor. Especially if the question of whether Your Honor is gonna recuse herself is still on the table.
I think I asked him. I asked the question,
Well, I'm
I
gonna
asked
object
him
to the
whether or not-
improper-
I'm trying to answer it as best I can.
and I think that he's trying to give me the best answer
Yes,
possible.
yes.
But I did ask him how this two new cases refer, how do these two new cases relate back to a letter that was dated 2016?
Okay, I'm gonna also object to improper facts that are not in evidence.
I'm not making any rulings on
Okay.
what he's saying. I'm trying to decide as
May-
to whether or not,
may-
we can go forward.
May I
Yes.
ask a question so I understand? The two new cases that you're referring to, those are short-term rental violations?
Correct.
No, one of them is for advertisement and one of them is for short-term rental.
Okay,
Okay.
so if I am licensed or was licensed to short-term rent, then it's obvious that I should have the ability to advertise. The problem is the license was taken away, and we believe it was an improper thing that was done.
Okay, let me
And,
stop you. If you said that the license was taken away, as we stand right now, you don't have a license. Is that correct?
That is correct. He's never had a license.
No, that is not correct. I have a license, I had a license for
And for the
7
record,
months, I
he's
have it.
being advised by
I
counsel slash
understand.
witness.
Mr. Rowland?
Mr. Wolin needs to
Mr.
decide if he's
Wolin.
an attorney or if he's a witness, Judge.
Mr.
No, I'm
Wolin?
allowed to talk to him. He's not an attorney.
I'm asking, are you acting as an attorney
I'm not
capacity
acting as an
or a
attorney.
witness? I'd just
I
like to
can
clarify for
whisper
the
to
record.
Mr. So we have a clear record.
Correct.
I'm whispering to him, and, I don't want to, we have the attorney-client privilege, but I'm giving him some
Because you're the
guidance.
attorney?
I can't be an attorney because I'm a witness.
So you are a witness in this case,
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
Before here,
I
but you
would-
are his attorney in the case that's pending before the circuit court.
No,
I'm not.
no.
That would be
Oh.
improper as well.
No.
Mr.
I
Wolin
was-
has
I'm
been
so
representing
confused.
him throughout these
Your
cases.
Honor, I was his attorney. and
Back in
back in
2016.
2015 and 16.
Okay.
I went to the city to get him a zoning determination, which I got, and this is going to be my testimony, which I received from the zoning administrator
Andrew
at the
Dixon.
time,
Andrew Dixon.
After that, 7 months later, he received a letter from the city attorney, and that letter of the city attorney
I have them.
purported.
Into the microphone,
You're not,
sir.
you
Oh,
need to
I
speak
think
into the
I
mic.
have them here.
Judge, if
And
if
the
you
letter
can find-
of, I'm just explaining my
Hold on.
role, and the letter of the city attorney purported,
I haven't made the decision. I'm just trying to understand what it is that, first and foremost, I'm trying to understand Mr. Wolin's role.
I understand.
Okay, go ahead.
But I'd also like to follow proper procedure. If Mr. Wolin is a witness in this case, he needs to not be listening to if we're gonna go forward, since Your Honor hasn't made a decision if we're going forward on this case or not.
Correct.
ma'am, I'm an officer of the court, and I think I have a duty to be able to explain to the judge exactly what my role is and how it could create a very serious potential problem. As I was saying, Your Honor,
All
the
right,
letter
let's do this.
if you read it,
Let's do this. Even though my understanding is that this gentleman, Mr. Gotlansky, I don't want to butcher your name, Gotlansky, testified, or at least made the statement that he had a license for 7 months, and that license was subsequently taken from him. But we are present here because of short-term rentals,
in
which
advertisement.
I'm assuming that you no longer have a license to. Okay. How-
may I, please?
No. What we're going to do is, I'm going to reset this and set it in front of a different general magistrate. Do you have witnesses here for this
Yes.
case,
Yes,
other
Your
than the officer?
No.
Okay, so, because I wouldn't want to waste their time, and if that was the case, then I probably would have made a different decision. But let's do that. And Mr.
If I may,
Roland,
the
you're
case has been
probably-
tabled twice already.
By me?
No, it's been tabled twice at request of the attorney. And then,
The
And
attorney,
then-
Mr. Rowland, the previous attorney, because he's not the attorney today. Just to clarify that.
Okay. And have these been submitted prior to today? So
No.
that the city attorney and whoever can have an opportunity? Okay, since this matter is going to be reset, I think that a copy of your package, if you want the attorney to take a look at it and be ready for the hearing next time, I'm assuming 30 days, give her give her the discovery, give her the package so that she can be ready for your hearing if you want to have. But let's just reset this for 30 days, and you can schedule it in front of a different magistrate. Because I'm still trying to understand.
Judge, would it be possible to do the next hearing since there's enough time for notice for May 15th?
The next hearing is May 15th?
May 15th, right? In the morning? I'll be here.
Okay,
That's why.
I'm not gonna be here.
You won't be here.
Okay, so you want to set it in front of that,
It's a
whoever
different
this gentleman.
magistrate, yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
who's, but
Okay,
Judge, I'm not sure I'm gonna be here, and I'm a witness. Let me look. No, I'm out, Your Honor.
this is a quasi judicial
thank you.
courtroom, and the witness isn't necessarily obligated to be there, per se.
that is correct.
I'm no longer gonna be the general magistrate on this, the special magistrate in this case. So if the city is resetting this matter for May 15th, there's nothing I can say. They're resetting this matter for May 15th, whether
Okay.
your witnesses are present or available or not. This is in their purview, the so long that they give you proper notice. They're giving you proper notice that they're going to reset this for May 15th.
15th. Thank you.
Rather than the 30 days that you had originally said?
Well, I wasn't giving them a set time. I was just giving them that on a day that I'm not, going to
see.
be the special magistrate
Okay.
on the case. So I tell them that they can reset it.
Okay.
I was just giving a broad general ideas to,
She didn't make a ruling.
no, it's not a
Exactly.
ruling. Right. Just saying reset it. And give her the discovery so that the city, unless she doesn't, it doesn't,
Or do you?
I don't think that's all of it. I think you
No,
took
not
something from
Right,
it.
That's,
The bulk of,
he's the lawyer, and that's
No,
the
need to
first
make a
part of
copy.
it, and we have to copy, and I'll be happy to make sure he sends it to you, this to you. And these are my originals, but thank you.
okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 53, Valentina White. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number CEWWC 2019-00018, item 53.
I'm gonna need that.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name for the record.
Good evening, Your Honor. Javon Rampersad on behalf of Ms. Valentina White.
How do I spell your last name, sir?
My last name is Rampersad, Judge.
Okay. Are you the attorney of record?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. The property 965 Northeast 143 Street.
Okay,
was-
there is a lot of noise here. We're gonna have to try and keep it down. Otherwise, I'm gonna ask the officer to escort this person out, and then we will call you in when it's your turn. You may proceed. Sorry.
The property 965 Northeast 143 Street was cited on February 26, 2019 for weather-tight and watertight conditions. The property has a blue tarp on the roof.
Go ahead.
I made contact with Mrs. White and also via email with the attorney in reference to the property. They're currently going through, trying to mitigate with the insurance company to get the funds to repair the roof.
Okay.
May I, Judge?
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, that is correct. We do have current action in Miami-Dade Circuit Court on behalf of Ms. White. This property essentially was extensively damaged. There's extensive roof damage that did require the property to be sealed with a blue tarp to prevent water from entering the inside of the home. At the time of the damage, Ms. White did promptly report it to the insurance company. It's Universal Property and Casualty. Unfortunately, at that time, they believed that they had satisfied the claim by paying her about $3,000. That money is the money that she actually used to seal the roof of the property. A restoration company did go out. They did professionally install a tarpaulin on the roof to prevent water from entering the inside of the home. We have retained an expert in that lawsuit, and we did have an expert go out to the property and conduct extensive analysis as to the extent of the damage. It looks as though the damage is going to cost about $71,000 to repair. About half of that estimate includes the roof, so the roofing is about the mid 30,000s. I've contacted the insurance company multiple times. We contacted them prior to filing suit to see if we could resolve this with Ms. White being able to take the tarp off and get roof repairs of any sort, and unfortunately they've been unresponsive. We did file suit. I have called them multiple times. I've appeared in court on this matter as well. Again, they've been unresponsive. This isn't a situation where Ms. White is just being unreasonable and she doesn't want to resolve this case. They simply have not made any offers whatsoever. We took this case. Ms. White is indigent. We took this case on recovery-only basis where we get paid if we recover. I do envision us being able to recover for Ms. White to afford her relief. However, that will take some time, and I am asking for 90 days for Your Honor to allow us to be able to hopefully try to resolve this and then be able to remediate the damage and take the tarpaulin off of her roof and perform these repairs.
No objection.
Okay. I'm sorry?
I have no objection.
Okay. All right, sir. Reset 90 days. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And thank you to the city as well.
The next item on the agenda is item 44, Richard Thompson. Shanna Sanders is the officer. The case number is CEODS 2019-00037, item 44.
Thank you for the repeat.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I didn't know we ran these at night.
We do.
I had to call them to see if they had the wrong time, if there was a mistake made. 6 p.m.? So we're having all-you-can-eat buffet day and night.
What is your name, sir?
Richard W. Thompson. Actually, Richard W. Theodore A. Thompson III.
Wow.
The oldest son of Mr. Edward J. Thompson. Edward J. Thompson Jr. died in 1947. They poured gasoline on his head and robbed my dad at gunpoint. Those good people. Those wonderful people, huh? And then they lit the match and killed him and burned him outside in and inside out. It's funny. And my dad had to sit there and watch his kid, his only son at that time, go up in flames. And these people went to the police station and went back and put their badges on and went to work like nothing was wrong, huh? We have other problems, I do. A guy calling himself that name, his name's Jim Quinn Ripple Gerhard McPike.
Hold on,
but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
So it's very upsetting to me and to my dad in heaven. God bless you, Dad, and God bless God.
Okay.
Okay, I have pictures of my house.
Let's.
There's a storage of
There's a
furniture.
process, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah,
Mr.
I'd like to
Thompson?
read what the compliance code is.
Let's
what
wait
I'm
a second. I
Go
will
ahead.
give you an opportunity to
Sure.
respond, but first I need to hear from the city
Oh,
so
that's
that I
right.
know what the case is about.
Yeah, well, I can
You
tell
have
you
a
what it
great
says.
voice and you project so well.
That's
I don't
right.
think you even need the mic. But
Well, my dad deemed me to be president of the United States, and maybe I will someday when we get rid of all the very corrupt people, you know.
Yes.
We've got a lot of cops that have committed murder. 2,000 in the last 5 years have been sent to prison here, and that's a fact.
Okay.
So Florida's corrupt as all, you know what.
all right. So
Shanna Sanders, City of North
don't
Miami.
leave now.
I'm getting my pictures.
Okay.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami, code compliance officer. This is a new case that was originally cited on February 27th. Upon doing my normal inspections, drove by the property. Actually was on the waterways. doing some inspections, noticed a pile of wood in the rear of the property, spoke with the property owner a couple of times. I'm showing here March 14th, again March 27th. As of today, I'm sorry, not today, as of yesterday, I went back out on the waterways and the pile of wood still remains. I'll let the property owner explain why the wood is there. But again, as of yesterday, when I did waterway inspections, the pile of wood still remains in the rear of the property.
All right. Do we have pictures? Because he has
Yes.
pictures. I want to see the
I have pictures, ma'am. You got pictures?
Yes, she
Let me
does.
see.
We're going to compare pictures.
Right. What is that? That's for building furniture or something?
As I passed up these pictures, I'm going to answer his question. He's asking where this wood came from. Late last year, he was cited for a dock that needed to be removed. He removed the dock sometime mid to late last year, and he placed the wood in the middle of his yard, whereas it still remains today.
My turn? Not yet?
Just a second. I'll let you know.
Go ahead.
Is this your property, sir?
It sure is. It was in 1983, and then I guess it was kind of like I didn't have a vested interest in it, so the other magistrate said. And I told him I was in the middle of straightening that crap out, and I did. Isn't that something? I heard Judge Judy say crap on TV, so I figure it's legal to say it.
All right. So let's talk about 2019. Is this your property?
Absolutely, lady.
Okay.
Or your magistrate, I'm sorry.
All right. I'm both. I am a lady.
Kidoki.
Let's talk about your evidence. Do you understand what the violation is?
She's trying to say, here's what it reads in the description. All storage of furniture, appliances, and other items shall be within permanent buildings and completely obscured from public view. So people are riding around looking, look at this guy, he's got
Junk in his
furniture
yard.
out here or something. Like, you know, these aren't nosy people that don't have anything better to do, okay? So, you know, it kind of, the violation or the code itself is ridiculous, okay? Very unconstitutional, very insane. But I will tell you what it is. The materials I took off the dock, I've discarded the ones that were no longer worth using. They were damaged by a hurricane, not by me, okay? During this hurricane, a gentleman next door, going back to the case that was up in front of you earlier, rents his dock out to a man that doesn't know a damn thing about boating, okay? And he takes his boat and anchors it in the middle of the canal during the hurricane. And if you have to get your boat out because it's sinking, you can't get it out. He's in violation of a $100,000 fine by the federal government. That waterway's owned by the
Okay.
federal government.
Understood.
So him sitting there like that caused the wind to come in my area and create a tornado. And that tornado did damage to my dock, to my boat, and to my house.
I'm sorry
And,
this happened to you. Let's
well,
talk
we're
about
having problems financially. Never, ever should have been. I was worth about $10 million when I was 10 years old, and I never spent the money, neither my daddy, okay, or my mommy, my real mommy, Myrtle Thompson, not Nellie Thompson. She was a stepmom. She
Okay.
gave birth to nobody.
Okay.
So, well, I just want to clear that up, too. For
Well,
some
thank
reason,
you
there's
for
all
cle-
this honor for a lady that never mothered anybody, okay? But in any case,
let's get
the
to
only
the issue at
furniture on
hand.
the property
Okay,
is my
you
patio
cannot,
furniture.
You cannot speak when
Go
I'm
ahead.
speaking, Mr. Thompson, because
Well,
we
I
need
was-
to get to the story
I know,
here.
I'm trying to get to it.
All right,
That's
let's get to
that
it.
That was up against the fence. She asked me to remove the dock from the fence. By the way, it's very heavy. I took the bad pieces and discarded them. one board is worth $45 to $65. You have about $4,000 or $5,000 worth of dockage material to rebuild the dock, which I'm going to do with these two bare hands, blessed by God. No one else.
Mr.
Okay?
Thompson?
That's my building materials. That's
Mr.
what's sitting there.
Mr. Thompson, I
Go
know you don't
ahead.
have a hearing problem.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Maybe you don't listen. I want people to know that's just I removed them from being propped up by the fence. I propped them up there so they dry out. Okay?
How
I don't
long
know
have
what
they
she's
been
ever
there?
built
How
before.
long have they been there?
Sitting where they are right now?
Correct.
I piled them on 2 tables, and the tables collapsed. So then I restacked them where they are now, and I am going to start soon to put them into place and build my dock.
How
There is
long
brand
have
new
they
boards.
been sitting out there, Mr. Thompson? I know you heard the question.
Probably a month or 2, maybe. That's it. I got them off the fence. When did I get them off the fence? You know, I came here about 4 or 5 times on this matter, and no one showed up, and we had it dismissed because there was no magistrate and no one to hear the case, or it probably would have got settled a month or 2 ago.
Okay,
But
well,
I
let's
came
try
here
to
about
settle it
5
tonight.
times.
Let's try to settle it tonight.
Okay.
How long do you need to remove it?
I would need, it's not going to be removed, it's going to be part of my dock. And it's going to
Okay.
be for the gentleman who's buying my house. I have made a great decision to never live in North Miami again. Not only this, but the lack of anything left to do in Miami that's wholesome. All I have that surrounds me, my neighbors, who replaced my good neighbors, are drug addicts, thieves, and criminals. And they might be guilty of homicide. I'm thinking they are. So is a lot of other detectives from Detroit City, my home state of Michigan, and Chicago, and Washington, D.C., and New York. But not
Okay.
here. They
All
don't
right.
seem to put one and one
Sir,
together and get 2.
Sir,
okay?
I
So,
find that you are in
I'm
violation.
going to
I find in favor of the city, sir. I'm giving you 30 days.
30 days.
I'm giving you until May 29th
To
to
remo-
remove
the
everything.
building materials.
Yes.
Or put the building materials
Back
in,
together.
back together
If
as
it's
a
going to
dock.
take you 30 days to do that, then, you know, more power to you.
Okay.
But if we come back here on June 5th and they're still there, there's going to be a daily fine amount.
Probably $500,000 or
$500.
$10,000 or something, right? Or a
Well,
million.
I was going to say 500, but if you want 5,000, we can work that out too.
I don't want any of this. I know that there's a deadline January 1st, 2020, and I think if you read a newspaper, you'll find out it's not a good one for a lot of people in North Miami. Okay? And it's an absolute deadline. And it's 100% federal government. There's nothing Tallahassee can do about it.
Okay.
And you know that? So then they're going to come back and do a recourse on all these cases anyhow.
Okay.
I've already been told that by very big, high state attorneys in Tallahassee.
Got it.
Deadline is January 1st, 2020.
Okay.
Okay. And when is the deadline for fake Ed Thompson Jr.? That is within a couple days because the FBI is after him now and he is hiding. So there you go. The guy that murdered my dad is going to be put under, and then I guess we won't have to go through phone records and find out who he's calling and who he's talking to in this neighborhood or,
Thank you,
or
Mr.
in Florida,
Thompson.
right?
Yes, sir. Have a good evening.
I'm going to have a great evening.
That's
We're
right.
going to go have a good supper, and my dad's going to feel better too.
That's good.
You know,
May
I mean,
he rest in peace.
he's not.
He's not resting in peace?
He got murdered. How could he rest in peace ever? That's crazy.
The next case on the agenda is
I
item
understand.
31.
I don't understand it. I don't think you ever saw him. You know? I mean, that's why.
Item 31.
What item?
Item 31, Jennifer Leibnitzer. Shanna Sanders is the officer. The case number CEEXP 2019-00020, item 31.
My God.
Hello, good evening. My husband, Arnold Landgren, will be speaking for me.
She is the property owner, but I am the husband.
All right.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case that was originally cited February 4th, 2019. Upon driving during my normal inspections, I noticed the exterior of the wall that was appeared to be, full of mildew, a lot of mold along the frontage of the property. I then sent the property owner a notice to a notice of violation. I didn't hear anything back from them. Sent a second notice on March 27th. Still hadn't heard anything from the property owner or any listing agents from the property. After not hearing anything, I went ahead and filed the notice to appear for them to be presented today. As of last week, on the 24th, the exterior walls of the property still remain in need of pressure cleaning. I do want to say it seems as though maybe you started doing some type of cleaning.
I got to what I could get to at the time, but I will go after you.
But more still needs to be done. I'll let the property owner or her husband speak and, explain what's going on with the property on their behalf.
Okay, what's going on?
Alrighty, for the record, my name is Arnold Landgren, Landgren. With regards to the painting of the house, yes, it does need to be painted. We received a notice in the mail that said final from the code officer, and at that, we obviously missed the first notice that came in the mail. I tried to, my wife's been out of work for 2 years. We're barely hanging on to the house, and property and whatnot. And I'm trying to do the best I can with what I've got. I need money to paint the house. I've got to get a pressure cleaner. I tried to clean it up, and come into compliance. I obviously missed something. Was it the sidewall up on the roof?
Yes,
Okay.
If I'm thinking, it would be the front east side of the property, where that overgrowth of trees. It seems like maybe the trees is growing into the house. All of that tree debris needs to be removed and properly pressure cleaned. The sod and everything, mildew, sap from the tree has fallen onto the house. So yeah, all of that on the east side needs to be properly pressure cleaned, and trees pulled off of the house.
Okay. That would be the other one that's in my pocket now for...
What other one?
The one you got me, sent me, I just got a second notice of now for...
Yeah,
this
that's
would be
the
for
separate notice for the landscaping.
CLSC 2019.
Yeah, that's
0006.
another violation that we're not addressing today. If you would like, I could show you pictures, and I'll pass them up to the magistrate so that she
Yes,
can
please.
see.
Show me pictures.
Okay.
I want to know what tree. Okay. 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 Like I said, we've had some financial difficulties. I've tried to do what I can. I'm attempting to come into compliance. I need time to orchestrate getting the tree removed in the front because you said the tree itself was an issue.
You don't need to remove the tree, but at least you need to trim it so that you can possibly even get to the house. Because it seems like from the photos and from what I'm observing from the street, it seems as though the branches and vines and stuff or whatever are literally attached to the house.
Okay.
That needs to be pulled off of the house and properly pressure cleaned.
Okay. I'm waiting on my tax refund check so I can actually pay my house taxes for this year. I should have some money left over to be able to go get a pressure cleaner and pressure clean the house and to afford to paint the house. Can I ask for a continuance of like 30 days to try and get it done?
Okay. No objection for the city? All right, reset 30 days. Good luck to you, sir.
Did you also agree? 'Cause I
Well,
heard
honestly,
her
I don't
say-
need to agree. I mean, whatever
Okay.
they say is what I
Okay.
adhere to.
All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. So by June 1st?
May 20, well, you will get a new date.
Okay.
You'll get a notice.
All right.
The next item is item 40, Rafael Tejeda.
Oh, let me just say this. If it's fixed, then you need to call the code enforcement officer so that she can take it off calendar. Okay?
Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number is CERCV 2018-00282, item 40.
Good evening, sir. You need a translator? No. No? Okay. What is your name, sir?
Rafael Tejeda.
Do you need an interpreter? Oh, okay. Can you?
Sí, por favor.
Okay. Okay.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was originally cited on December 28, 2018, in reference to obtaining a variance for the boat and RV being stored on the property. As of the final reinspection date, the RV remains, but I did make contact with the property owner, Mr. Tejeda, who advised that he's having some financial difficulty. He's trying to make arrangements to remove the RV, and he just needs a little bit more time. Would you like to see the pictures?
Yes. Okay. Sir, do you understand the violation?
Entiende la violación.
Sí, le entiendo. Yo le pido a ella que me disculpe porque en diciembre yo no recibí nada. Yo recibí un papel en el frente de la casa.
Ahorita. Yes, I do understand. I apologize. I did not receive a notification. I received something in front of the house.
Un papel en el frente de la casa. Y yo traté, yo soy deshabilitado. Tengo su padre de un niño. Yo solo lo estoy criando.
I tried. I am disabled. I am a father of one child. I'm raising myself alone.
Vivo solo con mi niño, con mi hermano que es ciego.
I live alone with my son and my brother who is blind.
Que me dé tan siquiera 30 o 2 meses para yo mover todo porque yo quiero moverlo todo. Quiero estar con la ley.
I need at least 30 days or 2 months in order to move everything. I wish to comply with the law.
Ya yo saqué los permisos. Estoy en los permisos que los saqué.
I'm in the process of obtaining permits.
Go ahead. As in a variance? What from?
Yes, it shows here that as of yesterday's date, he made a payment of $293 for the variance.
Dice
Okay.
que pagó $293
Do you wanna see
para
it?
pedir un permiso.
Show it to the city attorney. Pass it up.
Getting more time to you.
Ese fue el segundo papel que yo saqué.
If you need to see it, Judge, we don't have an objection with them having more time.
Okay. All right. So we'll I think he asked for 60 days. All right. Let's reset 60 days.
No hay
The city
objeción.
has no
Bueno, va a
objection.
ser para 60 días, dice, o sea, 2 meses. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Hello, young man. How are you? All right.
The next item is 32, Joshua Humphrey. Jose Perez is the officer. The case number is CEPFY 2019-00109, item 32.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name for the record in relationship to the property.
My name is Joshua Jermaine Humphrey. I am the owner of the property.
All right.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 55 Northwest 120 Street. This is in reference to parking in the front lawn. The violation was originally opened on March 14th, 2019. Previous to that, there has been another violation for the same reason on September 4th, 2018, and another one on June 11, 2016 for the same reason, parking in the front lawn. I have photographs of the vehicles that are parked in the front lawn as well.
Okay, show it to the property owner and send it up.
Okay.
All right, sir. You got a long driveway.
So it's very vague when I only spoke to someone one time, and they told me I can park up against the house. It's a vague parking. Just saying parking on the lawn, because if we pull in right along the side here, I mean I don't know, I have a photo from today. I'm still, the part of the driveway is grass, so yeah, it is. I have the photo right here. Part of the driveway right here is grass.
He has a long driveway. You guys are telling him he cannot park here?
He can park on the paved surface.
Huh?
So the ordinance states you have to park on a paved surface. You can't park on the grass unless it's in the swale area.
So what is that? I mean, I just need
What
to know.
am I looking at here?
where is
These
that?
are not
That is
paved?
that is a paved surface. It's two paved strips
Right.
that he can park on.
Okay, so
just need
these
4
two
cars.
cars can fit right behind this vehicle right here. No? The black SUV. These two vehicles that are parked on the lawn, you can
have
fit
enough
them
room?
right here.
But I have 4 vehicles, so I mean.
Okay, well, that's always going to be an issue. And there's a swell area.
right.
Yes,
so
there's
where's the
swell.
at?
Okay, you have a
That's what I'm
swell
saying.
area that you can park.
But where is that up against?
Swale is anything on the other side of the sidewalk. So it's a part of the outside.
As in right here.
Oh, okay. So
along the sidewalk, that curb area, that's a
Okay.
swale. You can park
Cool.
there.
All right. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
No one explained that to him?
No one. I'm telling you. I mean, I saw one person, and I saw one person in 2018. That's the only time I've never seen you.
All right,
You
I'm
haven't received
resetting
my
this.
notices?
I'm
Huh?
resetting
You
this.
never received my notices?
I mean, I got this one. This is it.
There's a phone number on there, I believe you can
Yeah.
call.
But it's okay.
I just got this like 3 days ago.
Okay,
That's
I'm
okay.
going to I'm going to table it for 30 days. The officer's going to come by because that's his area. And basically, if he doesn't see any more cars parked on the front lawn, then you can dismiss
Close
the
it out.
case and close
Yeah.
it out. But if you have tenants, I don't know what the circumstances are. If these are your vehicles, then now you know that you have plenty of parking space that you don't necessarily have to park on the front lawn. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right.
The next item is item number 124 Street Investments. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number CESIP 2018-00115, item number 1.
Anyone here for, what's the name? 124 Street Investments LLC. No one's here for this case? Did they check in?
Yes.
Okay, call the next one.
Okay.
Call the next case.
The next case is item number 19, Elias August. Edme St. Louis is the officer. Case number CEWWC 2019-00009.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name for the record.
My name is Elias Auguste.
Okay, you're the owner, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. And you speak English? You don't need an interpreter?
I'll be good for 5 minutes.
Well, we need you to understand everything.
I do. I do.
Okay,
Yes.
making sure.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Good evening, Magistrate.
Good to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, this violation is for roof on the top, on top of the, roof, blue tarp on top of the roof. But I've made contact with Mr. August.
August.
I made contact with Mr. August, and I am willing to work with him. Now, the only thing is he's having problem with the insurance. I have proof here that he's going through a process, and time is all he needs.
All right. Is it in litigation, or are you guys are just negotiating with the insurance company
Yeah,
at
we
this time?
do. I just have a letter, and we talked to the adjusting today, and they about to be the final. I don't know when.
Okay.
But we wait for the insurance to send us some money to do it.
All right. So we can reset it 60. How long is the city allowing, Mr. August? 60 or 90 days?
I'll go for 90 days just to give him time.
All right. Reset 90 days. Good luck to you, Mr. August.
Thank you.